Hi my friends, hi. It's a very damp morning. It's about 5 to 7, dark, and I'm off for a little bit of a cook up and a slight chat to you all. I've had some wonderful times of late and I wish to pass them over to you, and maybe because it's quite damp we're going to go for a little fungi forage. I don't know yet, depends how I feel when I've had breakfast. Well, good morning guys, and it's a little bit later on. It's getting up for 7:45. It took me a bit of a time to get the old fire going this morning due to the fact that even now it is raining a bit, and it has rained quite a bit over the last week or so. In fact, last Wednesday it was actually steroids, as we call it here in the UK, coming down really hard. I got quite wet waiting for my bus, and sadly my lady got wet going home. Well, where do we start? I've had a glorious few weeks. In a moment I will be showing you a book which I recommend on fungi, and I'm going to have a wander around the woods to get light. So I've got a chorizo sausage and I've got 2 duck eggs for breakfast this morning, and I've got the brew already done. And a few shout outs to a few people that I think deserve it. Had breakfast, chorizo and 2 duck eggs, toasted ciabatta, very nice. It's quite nice. Quite enjoy these little Monday morning excursions out into this piece of local woodland. It's a village common. Well, yes, it's known as a, not common. It's a village green. It's village green status now, though it's all woodland. It has designated that to stop it from being developed and ultimately destroyed. It's classed as ancient woodland due to the mix of trees and the age of the trees. Primarily a lot of it's overstood coppice. There's a hell of a lot of chestnut in here, and you know, it's great. You know, it's a nice piece of woodland. So I didn't do a video last week. Wonder why. Maybe it's because I was near Park Farm, which is near Lyme Regis, which is a home of Hugh Fernley Whittingstall and the River Cottage HQ. I went there on a day's foraging course for fungi with my lovely lady, the beatific Avalon, and myself. I can't praise the bed and breakfast I stayed in high enough. If you ever go that way to Lyme Regis, look out the Hedgehog B&B. I really can't. I've stayed in many B&Bs over the years, and this really was the best. But the fungi course was brilliant. John Wright, forager extraordinaire, hosted a wonderful day. We all met at about between 9 and 9:30. We had what they call forager's nip, which is a lovely apple type liqueur brewed locally, and tea, coffee and some fudge brownies to die for. I mean, they really were good. They were stodgy without being stodgy, if you can get that one. They were sticky and they were beautiful. So off we goes. Jumped on the bus, or the coach that took us to the location, and we proceeded to forage. There will be a slideshow at the end of this presentation, and it will show some of the fungi that we found, both edible and inedible. We did find a dog stinkhorn, and if you ever find one, give it a good whiff and you realise why it's called a stinkhorn. It followed us around all day. Terrible smell. But I'm now confident with picking charcoal burner, russula, which is a russula species, and a yellow russula. It was great. John Wright uses nearly all Latin names for his fungi, which I can understand because the colloquial ones tend to change from area to area, though the main species all tend to have the same. We found a false death cap, which is not poisonous apparently, but as it's got the word death in the title, tend not to eat it. We found seps, and we were shown a way of marking them so that others wouldn't know they were there. And trumpet chanterelle, and hedgehog fungi, and various boletes. A good day's foraging. Lunch was supplied, sausage rolls to die for. I'm part-time carnivore, and after the day's foraging, a cookery demonstration by one of River Cottage's chefs. And we had cauliflower cheese without cauliflower, a girole à la grecque, a mushroom pâté. The cauliflower cheese was made with cauliflower fungi. If you ever get it, it's a bugger to wash out a bit, but it's very tasty. And we was out Saturday afternoon after work. I come back home. I catch the bus home to Tunbridge Wells, and we was going round Dunallen Park, and we found cauliflower fungi. So yesterday evening, cauliflower cheese with cauliflower fungi. Really nice. It's a nice meaty fungi. It's got bite to it. You can chew it, and it's really good. We were all given a book each, and strangely enough it was John Wright's fungi book, which is this one here. It's called Mushrooms. It's the River Cottage Handbook number 1. If you ever buy a fungi book or a handbook for mushrooms, this is the one to get. It's got a wonderful key which ties in with the book, so you can go through the various fungi. Also, it differentiates obviously between the edibles, which are at the front, the poisonous ones, which are in the middle, and recipes, which are in the back. I would highly recommend this book. Out of all the fungi books I see out in the shops and on Amazon and other sites, this is the one to get. It's concise. It deals just with UK fungi, really. I mean, you could use it abroad, but it's great. Good key in it, and written by a great guy, John Wright. You know, he knows his business. He's been studying and collecting fungi for over 40 years now, and 35 of those years, as he said, is professionally. Good weekend, and I would wholly recommend that trip. Even if you have to travel the other end of the country, it really is a good trip to go on. And you get fed in the evening. The food at RCHQ, excellent. It really is so good. We had a mushroom stroganoff. We had like a pork and tomato stew with a dumpling, which had mushrooms in it. And we had Dorset apple cake, which oddly enough was the only thing that didn't have mushrooms in. But yeah, I say, good weekend and great. As I say, that's the one book I would recommend. There is another one, Roger's Mushrooms, which covers a wider range, but if you're going to eat, if you're going to collect fungi to eat, that's the one to get. Don't pick everything in sight. Bearing in mind that fungi, what you see as the fruiting body is the sexual organ of the mycelium, and it's the way it reproduces. So if you denude the area of fungi, you're doing yourself a disservice, and all the other living beings. Anyway, I'm going to sign off now. I'm going to go for a wander. Well, I'm going to pack my gear up first, then go for a wander, see what I can find. TTFN, till soon. Well, there we go, folks. Looks like an amanita, or one of the amanitas, and it's been got at by something, a squirrel probably. Looks very good. I'm just going to have a look at the base in a minute. There's the faithful hound. Now, female border terrier, or Avalon and Eyes border terrier. Very nice little doggy. and a nice wander around some almost dying bracken. Not much good for tinder today unless you can dry it off in your pocket. Go on, Elfie, go on. Well, as I'm having a wander through here looking for some fungi, I'd like to say a big thank you to Street Artist for the wonderful paintings and drawings that he sent me, and he's sent some other people. I'll be, in the next few months, I'll be seeking to get them framed. I'll be hanging up in my man cave, and hopefully they'll stay there for many years. The competition, by the way, that I'm running is still open. So far only one person has got the answer that I am looking for. So you've got until the end of November to get the answer in. So there we go. And to Adam, I'm looking forward to the knife. If you can't get hawthorn scales, birch will be fine. Hawthorn is a bit of a pain to get for the size wood, and could I have a slightly longer handle on it, as I've got big hands, Adam, if it's not too much problem. Thank you very much. Autumn, a fruitful time of rowans and sweet chestnut. Here we have a bolete. Which one it is I know not. Well got it. I shan't be taking this one home. It's great. It's wonderful. Nice to see these. So I found a bolete in these woods. So there must be many more kicking around. But I know there are some kicking around. I saw them last year, but was afeared to pick them. And some fungi are so small you may miss them altogether. Well, okay, it might not be much about, but there's a ubiquitous earth ball. They seem to crop up everywhere these days. Well, I might be on a bit of a fungi forage today, but if I zoom in on this very slowly, this is an ex-wasp nest. Lovely piece of paperwork. Surely nature's paper engineers, and it must have come from this derelict tree. There you go. Surely during the summer this would have been buzzing with activity. What a fine piece of engineering. There we go, some more interesting fungi. Not sure what these ones are, but I will have to look in my book. They look very similar to puffballs. Today is the last day of October, and traditionally it's known as Halloween. But for me, I know it as Samhain, an ancient Celtic festival, not necessarily this time of the year. Well, it is this time of the year, but not necessarily on October the 31st. Before the advent of a regular calendar, most people went by the year with the way the environment looked, the fall of a leaf, the way fungi turned up, when the deer rutted. Everything had a certain rhythm to it. We walked to the rhythm of nature rather than the rhythm of an artificial clock. And as it is Samhain, and to all people out there that watch my videos, whatever faith you follow, may you all be blessed from the tops of your head to the bottom of your toes. May the coming year be prosperous, be fruitful, and may you never know the meaning of want. Be blessed, one and all. Thank you.